Hello and welcome to another episode of the Bearded Goods Podcast. My name is Brandon Smith. Today we're going to be sitting down with a friend of mine. His name is Byron Johnson. He's a local comedian, very funny guy. I've seen him out at a couple competitions and run into him at a couple open mics. Got to talking to him, thought he was pretty interesting. Wanted to have a sit down with him and get to know him a little bit more and just shoot the shit. You can follow him on Instagram at Byron Johnson Jokes. Byron Johnson Jokes. Anyway, here we go.
These are nice condenser mics, man.
Thanks, dude. I've actually kind of acquired, this is all stuff I've acquired over the years from just doing live music and stuff.
Right.
I've been doing music for, God, I don't know how long, so it's just been kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to hold on to that. I'll get this and hold on to that. And it's just worked its way up to where I didn't have to buy like a lot of stuff to do this. It was just kind of like, hey, you can do this. I was like, oh, all right.
At some point, why would you not do a podcast?
Right. Exactly. Especially with what we're trying to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so you're asking about the format and stuff. And I don't really have one. Basically, it's like I meet interesting people. If I think you're interesting and I'd want to talk to you, basically, I'll just invite you on and we'll talk about you. I want to know about you. Let people know who you are. People coming out to see you and stuff.
That's the only compliment I've gotten this week.
Oh, that's no good, man. You gotta have more compliments than that. So let's talk about last night.
Ooh.
Yeah, I felt bad, man. I got stuck out there talking to Aaron and JD, and I was like, I don't think Byron's gone on yet. And I was like, oh, let me hop in. I didn't realize it was so late, and that there was only like 3 people left in the late show. And I was like, oh crap, I messed up. I missed them.
It was a good show, man.
Yeah,
12 people. I didn't advance, but say la vie.
I didn't either, man. It's all good. And plus, we're not playing to a hometown crowd.
No,
and when it's audience vote and hometown crowd, they But I mean, it's not to say they weren't deserving. These people were hilarious,
right? I mean, there were a dozen really funny people.
Yeah. I'm surprised at the level of skill that's out there right now. Like, there's a lot of really good people. I was surprised to see that. Like back when I was doing it, there was a lot of good people, but it wasn't as vast as it is right now.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if that has to do with, one thing begets the other. Netflix is putting out a bunch of material, so people get naturally more interest.
Right, that makes sense, man. People are out there, they're seeing it. Netflix is cranking out nothing but comedies after comedy after comedy special.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing for now. It's a great thing. I just worry about the the long-term effects of just keep pumping it. Like you push stuff down like that down people's throat, after a while they're just gonna get tired of it.
Right. But that's happened in whether it be the 70s, there was a big comedy push, the 80s, the Kinnison era.
Yeah, that's true.
The 90s, it comes and goes.
It's got its ebbs and flows for it. But yeah, man, so last night you didn't get a chance to advance. What else is coming up, man? What else is going on in the world of comedy that you're going to be getting into?
Let's see. This Wednesday, at Deep South.
Yeah, Deep South.
At Deep South
feature spot, or
yeah, I'm showcasing on the Comedy Upload.
Nice.
Corey's Freeman show, and on the 31st, I'm doing the Watson Ward show.
Watson Ward show? Where's that at?
It's at Watson Ward's.
At Watson Ward's?
I've never been right there. It's like a speakeasy type situation, apparently.
Oh, really?
It's like in the basement of Cafe Luna.
Okay, I know Cafe Luna. Me and my wife we were looking at that as like a wedding venue.
It's a good spot.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet spot. We ended up doing Shady Wagon Farms, but yeah, it's out there. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Okay. Also, if you're looking for a good lunch spot for good prices, Cafe Luna.
Cafe Luna. Not sponsoring. So, but yeah, man. So, what else you been getting into? You got some stuff coming up. I don't know.
Just trying to make that, I think we talked about this some, but, trying to make that transition. And by that, I mean, for me, the next step is really crowd work.
Crowd work.
That really is my next.
Yeah, crowd work's fun. I don't know if I'm any good at it. I usually like to do I'll do like an impromptu song every now and again when I get really comfortable, but I haven't been comfortable enough to really do that here recently.
I'm afraid of crowd work.
You're afraid of crowd work?
I'm afraid of crowd work because I'm afraid I'm afraid that I only know one way to do it, and that's to overdo it. So I'm afraid.
Right, yeah, it's an all or nothing kind of guy, huh?
Right.
It's like I'm either going to come at you hard or I'm just going to be super nice to you. It's just I have no in between switch there. There's nothing there. My anger lives in no gray area. So where are you from, man? Are you from around here?
No, but I've lived for the most part in Raleigh since about 2008. But I grew up in South Georgia, which is why I live in Raleigh.
Yeah,
because South Georgia,
kind
of sucks.
So you say from how long did you live in South Georgia?
From 8 to 19, so what, 11 years?
11 years.
So I was born in Big Spirit, Mississippi.
Okay.
So just a great,
just stretching all across the South there.
Yeah, just fantastic.
So you went from Mississippi. Oh, you're good, dude. It happens. I gotta figure out some way to keep this table. As soon as you tap it, you'll hear those things go off. No big deal though. So you went from you're born in Mississippi, went through Georgia, brought you to Raleigh. So what you doing now? Other than comedy?
Work. Working too much.
Too much working.
The classic story: overworked, underpaid.
Yeah.
School. And that's about it. And trying to figure out how I can do less school, less work, and more comedy.
Yeah, that's the ultimate balance. Just finding out how to do less of everything else and just more of comedy.
Right. It's like, I like to laugh. This work sucks. I hate working.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
The worst job? Wow. My first job was I worked in a Walmart garden center.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're like 17 years old.
Right.
You're just outside loading bags of mulch in insane heat. But you're 17 years old. You're supposed to be doing that.
You're supposed to be doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, dude, I've had a lot of jobs over the year. Just a ton of just odd work here and there. I've done everything from like radio. I've worked. Let's see my worst job. Oh God, that's a good question to even ask myself.
Worst job. Like, what defines a worst job? Like,
right. That's what I'm sitting here trying to think too. Like, what's like the worst job? I mean, like my job now is not that bad, but it's not great.
But people find pride in their work too.
So. Right. Well, yeah, I find a little bit of pride in mine, I guess. But I mean, I'm like outside all the time anyway. I guess it'd be like, what's like a bad boss situation? I worked at this place called Party. No, I won't say the name. I worked at this place that set up tents, like rental tents.
You know who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are. You're listening, probably not. But they set up party rental tents and like for weddings and stuff like that. And it wasn't bad. I got to kind of experience what it was like to this is a horrible way to say it. Almost like I was the only white guy, the only guy who spoke I didn't speak Spanish, know, so I was kind of like that minority guy at work. And it's weird to say that as a white guy. So I'm like, I kind of got how it feels to be a minority. No, you don't. But you just couldn't communicate with people. Let's not be the minority. But no, I worked there, man. I couldn't talk to anybody, and I didn't know how to speak Spanish, so they were trying to teach me how to do everything, but they were talking in Spanish, and I was just like, you just have to show me, dude. So,
si se puede?
Sure, whatever that means. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Brandon. No sabes? That's it.
You've already gone well over mine.
Yeah, but so yeah, I would work there doing that stuff, and they had me working in the back in the warehouse where you would have to you had to drive this forklift around, and you'd have to get this stuff off the shelves and load it up into the trucks and everything, and you have the order sheets, you have to get them all ready. And I remember I went in there, I've been working there for probably about a year, never missed a day, never called out, asked for a raise. They were like, yeah, no problem. Like 2 months go by and I'd not seen one, hadn't heard anything, and they're like, yeah, we'd rather hire just another guy at $7.50 an hour than give you any kind of raise. I was like, oh, okay, so I'm on the schedule for this day. They're like, yep. I was like, all right. So I waited till we were slammed with orders. Now all the trucks were out. They're coming back to have to pick up their orders to go. And I was young. I didn't care. So I just left everything and just left. I just straight up walked out the door, got in my car, and left.
That's somewhere between messed up and the absolute right way to do that.
Right. Well, that's not. Here's the worst part about all that is that's not the first time I've done that. Right. Like, that was the first time in my life that I did it, but not the first time in my complete life to this point that I've done something like that.
Right.
I worked at a cellular telephone retailer, but they were an authorized retailer, so they weren't the corporate one.
Okay.
They were, privately owned, and you would go there and they'd tell you what to do, basically, and you had to listen to them. But they got bought out by a bigger private one. And they told me they were going to make me a manager.
Okay.
When they did the buyout, I was like, all right, cool. I had talked with the people. They were all like, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to send you to this store for a month. We're going to train you, bring you back to your store, and you'll be the manager. I was like, cool. Negotiated pay, everything went. Did all the training. I came back and walked into my store that first day. I was supposed to be starting to be the manager at my store. And the owner was there, and he talked to me. He was like, "Hey, buddy, you ready?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, well, this is your manager here. We brought him in from so and so." Right? Like, I thought I was gonna be the manager. They were like, "No, we're not gonna make you manager. We decided to bring in this manager." And I was like, "Well, what's all this other stuff for?" Like, we wanted to train you up. I was like, "Oh, okay." Sure, no problem. You can train me up.
So I waited till all the trucks were loaded up.
Oh, I waited until it was a Saturday, and it was like the busy part of the Saturday, and I just said, screw it, I'm gonna leave. And I locked the front door. I didn't do anything shady. I locked the front door, right? I shut the store down, locked the front door, put all the phones in the safe, put the keys in the safe.
Mm-hmm.
Closed and locked the safe, walked out the back door, which automatically locks on its own. So I shut the whole store down. And they have another set of keys to get into the store.
So it's nowhere near as bad as it could have been.
Right. Could have been way worse. I could have left the store open.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I didn't. I just shut it down and I left. And they started calling me and everything. I'm like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? And I was like, well, you told me you were going to make me a manager. I walk in my first day and you go, here's your manager. And I'm like, well, here's me going by later.
Training and everything.
Yeah, training and everything.
Yeah, you can't, what's the old saying? You can't start out wrong and end up right.
Right. Like, yeah, you can't. Like, you can't make all these promises and expect me to.
What's wrong?
Do that. So what kind of plans you got coming up, man? You got any vacation plans or anything?
I'm a staycation person.
Staycations?
I'm a staycation person. I like to.
Would you get spoiled on a vacation or something?
No, I'm just
something hit you wrong. You're just more of a.
I'm just lazy.
Like to leave home.
I'm just lazy, and vacations sound exhausting to me. Right. It sounds like I had to make plans. I've got to make plans for saving. I've got to make plans for spending.
Yeah.
Food, the whole nine. I've got food at home.
If I'm gonna take off, I'm just gonna sit at the house.
Right. I never understand that when people buy a home, take out a mortgage, do the whole nine, just to go and spend as much time away from home as they can.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I got a mortgage, got a house. I spend majority of my time at work. And then when I want to be off work, well, now I want to be in here doing this stuff, but I try and get away.
You get up, you get off work, you want to stop at happy hour, and in the evening you want to be somewhere else, and then finally at some point your wife looks at you and says, "Hey, we need to go on vacation."
Yeah, right.
When are we staying here?
Right, I want to be here. Oh man, my daughter was a flower girl one time, and we had to go to California, and that was interesting.
Oh, so like a destination wedding?
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't even a destination wedding. It was a good buddy of mine who actually got me, helped me out in music around here back when I was getting started. And he moved out there, met some chick. They decided to get married, and they wanted my daughter to be the flower girl, so we flew out there. But we couldn't stay where they had the hotel at. It was too expensive. I couldn't afford to stay there. Even with the discount they were getting, I just couldn't do it. Afford the travel. I mean, it's across the country. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And especially at that time, I definitely didn't have the money to do that. So I did one of those hot wire deals, and it was a horrible experience. I thought it was gonna be great. You get the flight, the hotel, a rental car, all as a package, right? Yeah, sweet. No, not sweet at all, dude. So we
it was not as sweet, and it was not sweet.
I mean, everything started off nice and smooth. Everything was like, hey, all right, cool. So we got up, got her ready, got to the airport, checked in, got on the flight, flew to California, my daughter was like starting to have like some stomach issues. She was like, she needed to go to the bathroom, but my wife took her to the bathroom on the airplane and she freaked out and she couldn't use the bathroom anymore. She just tensed up. I don't know. She had like a scared butthole or something. I have no clue. Right. So she goes and takes her there. She doesn't go to the bathroom. Her stomach's kind of hurting her. And we land, and my wife has been nervous about this the whole time. And we land, and we go to get the rental car. So we go to get the rental car, and now there's a whole issue because I think it was I'm probably misremembering this. My wife would know it way better than I would, but I think it was like a crack in my ID and across the face of my ID.
Okay.
And they wouldn't accept it to use as an ID on file to rent the car. They wouldn't take it because it had a crack across my face.
Oh, across the face.
Across the face of the ID. I'm pretty sure that's the reason. But anyway, so now my wife is having to do it, but they can't use my card because it has my name on it and she's not on my account. So now she's having to use her card in California, which the bank doesn't know anything that she's there. So they shut her account down. Just she can't spend any of her money. She can't use any of her money just to have it on the account in case something happens to the car while we have it.
They're taking some real liberties here.
Dude, yeah. Oh my God. Then my wife spent the next, at this point, like I'm angry. My wife is mad. My daughter, my oldest now, she was like 3, I think.
Okay.
So she's woken up, 5 o'clock in the morning. She's flown across the country. She hasn't been able to take a shit. We get off, can't get anything done. It's hot as all get out there when we're there. Me and my daughter are standing outside trying to wait for my wife to get everything handled. She comes out and I'm like, is everything handled? She goes, no. She explains what just happened. Now she has to get on the phone with the bank. Right. So she's on the phone with the bank. That takes probably 30, 45 minutes of the go around. Now we got to go back to the back of the line and wait again to get to the front for them to be like, okay, so now we finally get the car. And this is all in the same day, dude. So we finally get the car.
Wait, when is your daughter going to have to be the flower girl? Same day?
2 days.
Okay.
2 days. Yeah. So we gave ourselves some time. We took a little bit of vacation.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
make it a thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've never been across country. I've never been to California before. This is my first time. So I was like, I'm gonna enjoy it.
That's right.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna enjoy it. Went in San Diego. But so we get the car and we're driving. They were very strict. They were like, only the person who rents the car can drive the car.
Who are these people?
I want to say it was Enterprise, and I won't use them again. Like, I will not use Enterprise again because of this.
Wait, OJ was Hertz, right?
Yeet, indeed. It's a bad podcast, so it didn't silence my phone.
Does it just happen every time someone says OJ? The yelling sound happens in the background.
Oh, man.
OJ, ah!
Oh, dude, that's... Okay, we'll get into that in a second. Anyway, all right, so we're driving, and... I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that. Anyway, so we're driving, right? And I have now I'm the navigator because they have the strict rule. That's right. They will have the strict rule about only the person who rents the car can drive the car. Right. Okay. So I'm not a person to follow rules that strict.
Right.
I'm a rule. I wouldn't say I'm a rule breaker, but I'm not a rule follower.
Right.
I'm a rule gray area. I'm kind of like, I'll loophole that shit.
You have an appreciation for rules.
I have an appreciation for rules. I know why they're there, and I'll skirt close to them.
Right.
I'll stay within the rules.
I respect rules.
Yeah, and I get why they want that. In case something happens. Sure, but either way, I don't trust my wife to be able to drive in California, especially with me as a navigator. All right. Now, at the time. We were both angry at the situation.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we're already mad in general, and now we're kind of bickering with each other. She's blaming me because I booked this like humdinger of a like this thing that she's like I think that's when the blame started.
Her bank account's frozen.
Yeah, it was frozen. She was mad. But so I think she was more mad at the situation at that time. But anyway, we're trying to drive. I'm trying to navigate. And my poor daughter's sitting in the back. She's like, doesn't know what's going on. My wife is like getting all flustered because I'm angry that she's not listening to what I'm saying, but she's trying to listen to what I'm saying, but I don't think she's listening because she's not doing what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, up here, we're going to turn right. But at that time, she's like looking in the rearview mirror. She's freaking out because California's not an easy place to learn to drive in. Luckily, they gave us like this little midget of a car. I don't know if that's the appropriate term, but it was a little small car, a little super compact. I don't know. It's like a Mitsubishi little person. I swear, it's like a smart car with like an extra door. And
a Mini Cooper.
No, it wasn't a Mini Cooper. I would have been all right with a Mini Cooper. But so they gave us that, and we're trying to navigate through. I'm losing my shit. She's getting angry with me because I'm getting angry. We finally make it to this hotel that I had booked, and it's not what it looks like. You know what I mean? Those photographers deserve a lot of money because they do those places justice. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, hey, come stay here. This place looks absolutely beautiful. And you get there and like, you took a picture of a plant up close, you know? Like my bathroom is literally the closet. But anyway, we get there. She's not happy with the hotel. Then the hotel thing, it was a whole issue there with check-in. It wasn't that big of a deal. We get checked in. My daughter still hasn't pooped. All right. She's still.
This is a problem.
This is a problem at this point, is right. We finally get checked in. We do the rest of the day, kind of enjoy, visit with my friend and stuff. The next day comes, we go to SeaWorld. We get back, and she still hasn't pooped. She still has not gone to the bathroom.
Is it fair?
I don't know. So now I think we're like a few hours away from. No, that was a rehearsal day. So we went to rehearsal. She still hasn't pooped. We get back, and now it's the big day. We had a couple good vacation days, but my daughter has not pooped yet. And every time she's like, I got to go potty, we're like, yes, but she's like, ow, it hurts. We're like, crap, I think she's probably going to be constipated.
Right.
So now it comes down to the big day.
You forget about that. As a kid, constipation is a real issue.
It is an issue. Like, you don't think about the fact that the kids have to poop and they're not going to tell you, like, they're not going to know when something's wrong. Right. They're just going to be like, I got to poop, right. But I can't poop. So now it's like, now it's the day of. She hasn't pooped. She's like crying in pain because she needs to go to the bathroom. And first off, the dress that was given to us, it was just a little too big. Okay. So my wife had to alter the dress. She also had to get some other stuff. Like, she had to make 2 or 3 trips to Target in California hours before my daughter's supposed to walk down the aisle here. And I was tasked with suppository. Yeah.
You forget what childhood is like.
Yeah,
you forget,
right?
like, oh, wait, that kind of stuff happens.
Dude, like, nobody said anything about this. Like, when they were like, hey, here's a beautiful kid, raise it. Oh, absolutely. This isn't nothing like that. Dude, I never thought I would be 32 at the time, and putting something like a suppository in my daughter's butt. It was a weird feeling. It's something as a guy, you're like, this doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel right. But she has to. They didn't have like the oral stuff for kids that young. Because I was like, please find something different. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I do that. We go. She is a champ, dude. She pulls it together. It doesn't even look like she had like any bit of not feeling good. And she champs through it. She makes it through. She walks down. She's doing the flowers out. She makes it to afterwards. We're sitting there and she's like, my tummy doesn't feel good. And she was like, Mommy, can we go back? And she was like, yeah, we'll go back. And I was like, well, I'm going to stay. And she was like, okay. And because it's my buddy's wedding. That's the whole reason we're out there. And this is where like the story kind of splits. Okay. Right. So like I have my story for that night. Okay. So my story for that night is I hug my wife and my daughter and give them a kiss. And they head off into the night to go to the hotel room, bathe, and go to sleep. In my mind. That's what happens in my mind. Okay. My night. Oh, I also forgot to say the one last thing I think she said to me before she left to go to the hotel room was, don't get drunk.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And I think I already was. You know what I mean? When she told me that. I think I already was. But either way, I didn't listen to that. I don't think I heard that at all. That didn't register to me. Or I heard it and actively decided to not hear it. You know what I mean?
Also, it would help to maybe say don't get drunk before you get drunk.
That would have been useful like 20, 30 minutes ago.
Right.
So I get hammered drunk. Like I am drunk. And we're all hanging out and we go back to where we're like right down the street from the hotel room that they're all staying at. We go up there, we're hanging out, we're drinking, we're partying, having a good time. It's time for me to go. I have to leave. And I have to use I can't believe I want to say this. I have to use the bathroom. So I'm drunk. Just want to make sure everybody knows this.
For the record.
This is not a sober Brandon move. This is also not a Brandon now move. But I left the hotel and I walked out the back door and I was waiting for my Uber driver to get there. And I'm walking out by the pool and I have to poop, man. I have to go. So I was like, you know what would be funny in my drunken state of mind? I was like, I'm going to poop on the sidewalk. Everybody's going to see it when they go to the pool the next day.
Some crazy things make complete sense when you're drunk.
To drunk Brandon, that was hilarious. I was like, yeah, I am in it. Dude, I'm going to be like, it's going to go viral. You know, my poop is going to be out on all the places. No, that's definitely probably not what happened. Somebody probably walked out. What probably actually happened was some kid was going to beat their mom to the pool, ran out and like slipped in it. You know what I mean? That's probably what actually happened. I feel bad for it. But so if you're listening,
someone had to deal with that.
To those people at the hotel, I think they probably know who they are.
La Quinta.
Oh, no, it wasn't La Quinta. I think it was like the Marriott or something.
La Quinta is Spanish for old house.
Oh, I thought it was the Quint.
It makes me wonder what they call this old house in its Spanish airings.
Huh.
La Quinta.
La Quinta. De Bob Villa.
Oh, well. We know you can't speak Spanish.
No.
This is why you had to wait till the trucks are loaded up.
Yeah, right? So anyway.
Drunk pooping.
I drunk pooped on the sidewalk, and I used what was available. You know, there was a bush there that I wiped up, and I got in the back of that Uber, and that Uber was cool, man. That was like one of the first times I ever used Uber was then. And...
One second. I'm almost done.
Hold on, man. I'm almost done. And it was like you could connect up your Spotify. So I'm like playing shit, right? Like on the Uber driver. Dude, I can't even explain. I was drunk. And then I got back. I stumble in. I think it's like maybe 4, almost 5 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. And it's the morning of we have to leave to catch the flight. We have to catch the flight, I think at 7:30 or 8. And I was like, I have plenty of time. We'll go and get a power nap, shower, and we'll go. I got in. I think my head hit the pillow, and then my daughter woke up and was like, can we start getting ready to go? I was like, oh, no. So I think I did get maybe 30 minutes of sleep. But I got up, and I got in the shower, and I was like, all right, taking a shower. And I noticed that, it looks like all disorganized in the bathroom, like something happened. Mm-hmm. And also I had forgotten that I'd wiped my butt with the bush until I was in the shower because I looked down and there's a leaf that I was like, what the fuck? Oh, what did I do?
I gotta live a different life.
So, right, get your shit together, Brandon. You're not here on a party trip. Your daughter was a flower girl. What are you doing?
Why are there leaves in this tub?
Oh, dude, my wife's a saint for putting up with me. But so anyway, that was my story. So we get on the plane, and everything, and I sleep on the way back. It was I was just apologetic and just what I was kind of like, you tell me what to do, I'll do it. Yeah. Because I was like, I'm not going to cause any trouble. I just don't want any loud noises. No. Yeah? I just don't want no loud noises.
That's the worst is when you've got something real serious to do, especially that requires movement, and you're just blindly hungover.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh, it's the worst. It happens when you travel sometimes. Just Jesus Christ, I got real life to deal with. And is that point you realize, I'm actually still drunk.
Yeah, right. So that's kind of where my part of that story ends.
Okay.
Now, flashback, we're sitting at the reception. My wife says, don't get drunk. Okay? Here's where her story starts. I really should bring her in for this.
Wait a second. So, wait. Before you go, so what you're telling me is, I'm assuming yours was the positive version of the story? She's gonna tell what really happened.
Right. So here's where the fun actually happens. And so, all right. So we flash back. She says, "Don't get too drunk, or don't get drunk," and they leave. And my daughter, before they left, they hadn't cut the cake yet. My daughter really wanted a piece of cake, but it was like the cupcake tower cake. You know what I mean? They're just a bunch of cupcakes, and they were delicious. But they were like, she was like, "Hey, do you mind if my daughter, grabs a cupcake?" The bride, and she was like, "Yeah, absolutely, no problem." So, what would you think a 3-year-old with a cupcake's gonna do? Oh, your best guess.
Gonna eat it or smash it.
They're gonna smash that shit. They're gonna eat it. It's gonna be everywhere.
Right.
This little girl sat in the back of that little car, and she held her cupcake in 2 hands on her lap. This is what Jenny was telling me. She held her cupcake in her hands on her lap and just kind of stared at it the whole ride back to the hotel room. Didn't look at anything else, just stared at it. Just this sad look on her face. She just felt, she's a poor girl. She felt so bad. Like her stomach was so messed up.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got to remember, she hasn't pooped in like 3 days. All right. So they get back to the hotel room, and my wife said that my daughter was like, "I got to go to the bathroom." Mm-hmm. She was like, "All right." She's like, "I got to go now to the bathroom." She's like, "Okay." So they're at the hotel. She's trying to get her to go to, get her ready to go to the bathroom. And in doing so, when she takes like her pants down to set her on the toilet, like as they're going into this bathroom, my daughter just starts shitting everywhere. Just all over the floor. My wife is like freaking. It's all over her. She's freaking out. She's trying to stay calm. She slips and falls. And lands my daughter on the toilet. So remember when I said that I thought that her night was going to be go home, they're going to eat the cupcake, go to bed, we'll wake up in the morning and leave. That is not what happened. Also, I was out partying. I come back. And, I saw the bathroom was a little bit disorganized. I didn't know any of this stuff until like on the bus ride to the airplane.
Also, there's 2 in-house parallel universes happening. Both would end up with shit on the ground.
Yeah. I never even put that together.
You live your life, I'll live my life. Right. We'll merge on poop.
My wife does say my daughter's exactly like me. And we might.
My heart.
What's my heart? It's my heart. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. So that's probably like the craziest vacation story I have.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no.
And that didn't happen until I got older, man.
When you were saying about destination weddings alone, I'm kind of wary of destination weddings. Like unless they're paying for it. Like if you're paying for
right, yeah, no, totally, man. If you're gonna invite me out on just say you're like, "Hey, Byron's getting married, Jenny, let's go." Where's he getting married? Oh, Jamaica. They're going to Jamaica. They're going to a destination wedding. Well, is he paying? Yeah. All right, we'll go. Is he not? Sorry, buddy. We're friends, but I'm not going to go. I'm not going to pay that much money.
Like I see a really clever way to. Thank you. I see a really clever way to get gifts without having people actually have to show up to the wedding, so you have to feed them. Clever.
Oh, dude, what if you told everybody you were going to have a destination wedding? Right? But like, hey, man, we're going to have this destination wedding in fucking Fiji. It's like $7,000 round trip just for the air flight. You invite all your poorest friends, but it's like you're going to Lex Luthor them. You're just going to get like a penny from all. You're just like, oh, yeah, just send us your gifts,
Gifts will do. In lieu of your presents, gifts will do.
In lieu of presents, gifts will do.
We're registered at Nordstrom's. That's the way to go, I think.
I think it is, man.
I'm gonna put that in my quiver for when I get married ideas.
Yeah.
Wait, you were telling the story, and you were talking about the issues that you guys were having at the car rental.
Yeah.
So you have to be 25 years old to rent a car.
Right.
Right.
I didn't know that until I was like 22. I hit like 21, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I can do everything." And then it was like, I gotta be 25 to rent a car?
You gotta be 25 to rent a car. And I remember when I found that out, I was 19. I joined the Army, and we had all gotten out of AIT, which, by the way, at the end of that's where you like go to get trained for whatever your job is. So we just finished that. The last week of AIT, September 11th happened. So of course, like, man, I picked a great time to join the military.
Yeah, right.
I?
Perfect time.
So that happened. And then we had to leave to go to airborne school. So we're all like 18, 19, 20 year olds, right? So I'm like 19 years old. And we're all in the airport. Also, this is the first time, this would be the first time that I've ever been on a plane before.
Yeah.
Right. So to get past this part of the story, we missed the flight. Right. So now you got 18, 19, 20 year olds.
Army dudes.
Thankfully, September 11th happened, and we had some people around us smart enough to say, don't wear your uniforms for like security concerns, right? But we ran into some other dude who was also on his way to Fort Benning for airborne school, and apparently they didn't tell him that.
Oh, really?
So this idiot's running around in like his Class A greens, and so he ends up as a part of our group. I don't remember his name. It's not important. God bless you, Dad. Okay. So now you've got a group of like 4 dudes running around. It was in Charlotte, running around Charlotte Airport.
So you were in Charlotte at 9/11?
Oh no, I was Fort Bragg.
You're at Fort Bragg during 9/11.
But they flew us out. I mean, the flight path was just to go to Charlotte for some reason, and then to go to Fort Benning. Fort Benning in Columbus, Georgia.
Okay.
All right. So we made it to Charlotte. Missed the flight, we can't rent a car.
Oh, shit.
So we're screwed. The Army is pretty notoriously serious about being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. It's that hurry up and wait. They'll get you there. They want you there on time. They want you there on time and fast. But when you get there, you're going to wait a while.
Absolutely. I mean, it's they have control. Like, they don't, it's pretty famous how they feel about AWOL.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're freaking.
You're like, oh no, we got to get on this. Yeah, right. So, I mean, what would they do? I mean, you guys would be like...
And we're so new and like we have no idea how anything works, right?
Yeah, I mean, oh, dude, that'd be sad to think. They'd be like, yeah, dude, you guys are incarcerated.
I mean, we're freaking. We don't know what's going to happen.
You can't make a flight. Yeah, you're incarcerated. Sorry, guys.
Because you will be the next day if you don't report. They'll come looking for you.
Yeah.
Because you are government property. They want the property, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, I never joined. I talked to a lot of people who have been in. But anyway, continue.
All right. So we're there. We go to several different rental places. They say, hey, yeah, no, fantastic. You guys got a whole bunch of money. Fantastic. Because, you've been through basic AIT. You've just been not able to spend money. So everybody's got a decent amount of money, relative.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You're not old enough. And then I got one of the places like, hey, I got this buddy. He's a limo driver, but it's slow right now, so doesn't have anything to do. He's willing to drive you guys from Charlotte to Columbus, Georgia.
Wait, so one of the guys in your what, I don't know if I'll say it right, squad or whatever, your group?
This is just a random group of people. Yeah, there's no like formal thing. It's some people traveling together.
Okay, so it wasn't like the people you were in the Army with, and some guy was like, hey, I know a guy in Charlotte that has a limo.
Right. I mean, it's at the airport. There's limos. Right.
No, I just was thinking. I was like, man, that's kind of weird. They have like a random grouping of people together, because that's what that's what any military is. You're not just like geographic. Like, hey, we're only going to take people from Georgia or North Carolina or Ohio.
Right.
So that's what I just thought was weird.
The whole army is from Georgia, Ohio, and Puerto Rico.
That's it. Puerto Rico. That's where they get they're really fast. And they can throw really well. They chunk those grenades at 99, 108 miles an hour. Right down the center. They can even curve that bitch around a tree.
Need to get more Dominican grenadiers. So the guy was like, hey, I've got a friend who can, that's a limo driver. He can drive you guys. So now, kind of feels cool. So now you've got a group of like...
Dude, not going to lie. That is kind of cool.
4 guys riding in a limo to Fort Benning. Here's the thing. We're not crazy. We know you can't pull to Fort Benning in a limo.
Yeah, right?
Because they're not going to look fondly on that. So we're riding. He has to stop and get gas at some point. This is where the guy in the stupid Class A's, given the situation,
right? The guy didn't know. He didn't know what he was doing that day,
right?
Because you guys had the insider tip.
But God bless him, because it was right after September 11th, and we were all underage, and people like more than one gas station on the trip. We would go into the store, like get snacks, whatever, and people, like, hey, you guys in the military? Let's buy you guys some beers. That does not happen as much as people think that does in real life.
Okay, so now you're getting free booze. You got a free limo ride.
And in a limo, you can have booze.
In a limo, you can drink the booze.
We are underage, but it's not important right now.
So, yeah, that's beside the point. We all drink underage. A lot
of people don't know this. Actually, a limo is a mythical land where there is no law.
The limo is like when you go out into international water.
5 of us got in, 4 of us got out.
You can get hammered. You want to kill a hooker. Whatever it is that floats your boat that day, you can float that thing right on away.
There's no rules in limos.
There's no rules in limos.
Yeah, so we. I mean, and
so anyway, yeah, you're in. Okay, I'm just trying to debrief the situation because this sounds like a great short story or like movie or something. It almost sounds like yeah, what is it? Home Alone. When she's coming back, she knows that she said, "Fuck, I lost Kevin. I got to fly back." She's in some bumfuck town. It's snowed out. There's no flights going, and she meets John Candy, and John Candy plays that polka guy, the polka. So anyway, now she's stuck in the back of a box truck with some polka dudes heading up. Anyway, continue, buddy. Sorry.
Oh no, that's so I just remember talking about drinking. So you remember how drinking is when you're like 18?
Oh, for sure.
Like I feel like all drinking is pretty much blacking out until you're about 22 years old. Because you don't know how to balance it. Like your body is just so many first experiences. Like I just felt like it was all blacking out for like the first 3 years of me drinking.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like you drink 2 beers, you're like, wait, what? I did what?
No, here's the problem though. Is you're trying to recall back to those memories. Those are gone. So when you say it's 2 or 3 years, it's probably more like 5 or 6. Right. You know what I mean? Because you're only remembering what you can.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys got this. So did you make it back in time?
We made it back in time, but I remember us trying to explain that to the limo driver that he's like, no, I'll take you to your destination. No. We need you to drop us off at a hotel and we'll get a taxi in the next day. No, I'll take you to your destination. No.
Look, motherfucker, our destination is the hotel.
Our destination is the hotel, and then after that was just us getting up and trying to get all our stuff. But so it was nothing crazy,
right? Nothing crazy.
Besides, right? I completely forgot about that story. But riding,
that's why I want to do this shit, man. Get people in, get them talking about shit, man. That's what I love. That's what I love about this. That's what I love about meeting people and talking to people. It's just these stories, man. Because like as you're talking, and you're talking about that was so you're in the Army, right? That was your first time you ever flew. How old were you?
No. So I didn't make that flight. That should have been the first time.
That's right. It should have been.
No, I take that back. I did fly. We flew from Fort Bragg to Charlotte.
Oh, so 45 minutes.
So yeah, a little pond jumper.
Yeah, you just yeah. Okay, so that was technically your first flight then.
The
right?
next time you
had to get out. Didn't you?
And I was the first person on the first chalk.
No shit.
And it was literally like this door's open now. Jump out of it.
No shit. Okay, so here, how old are you at this point?
19.
So you're 19 years old. The first flight you've ever gone on was 45 minutes.
No, I was 20 at this point. I take that back. I told
either way.
Yeah, I was 20.
Either way, 19, 20, 22, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You take your very first flight. It's a 45-minute flight. From that flight, you were going to take another one, but you had to hop in a limo. Oh no, woe is me. Oh shit, 9/11 happened. Really sad. But you're getting free beer from it, so it's not sad to you yet. You know, you don't know the magnitude of it because you're in the back of a limo drinking free beer. So you're driving up there, you get there and everything. And now the next time you fly, you have to jump the fuck out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're the first person in line.
I mean, well, I think it's been so long, but I'm pretty sure you go up with them, probably a racetrack or something like that, which is like circling in the sky, basically.
Right.
So the pilots get their hours. Probably some stuff like that happen, but
either way, man, you're not really like. I guess when you think about it, it's probably most of those kids, unless their parents had money and they were able to travel. I didn't come from money. So like I was like, when you're talking about your first flight, that's why I wanted to talk about it, was because mine was something nowhere similar, but I was older. I think it was how was my oldest is 7. I think it was probably about 6 years ago. I took the very first flight I've ever taken in my life.
Right. I mean, you don't think about it, but
yeah, no. Yeah. Now I've been to every state from all on the Gulf. I've been to all those, and I've been to every state on the East Coast that touches the Atlantic.
Nice.
And I haven't spent a lot of time in them. Some of them is just driving through, but I've been to them. But I never flew. We always drove. My family, we always drove, but mostly, luckily, we live in North Carolina, and not too many people are going to say that, and I can go to whatever fucking bathroom I want to. No, I'm just playing. No, luckily, we live in North Carolina.
I think also we've learned that you'll make a bathroom.
Oh, yeah, I'll make one. Oh, yeah, right by a pool.
Pools, roads, in front of Uber drivers.
Yeah, what's up? Hang on just a second. All right, let's go. But, shit, yeah.
The road is what you make it.
God, where was that? What was that? What was I just saying?
It's the amount of money you have affects your ability to how you travel.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
No, luckily, I was saying luckily we live in North Carolina where we're right in here in Raleigh too. Even Raleigh, Durham, whole RTP area. We're right here in the middle. Mm-hmm. So like we go 3 hours one direction, we're at the ocean. 3 hours another direction. Well, actually, really, it's an hour and a half to get to the beach if you really wanted to. But and then like another few hours, you're in the other direction, you're at the mountains. So we're pretty lucky.
Which is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like that was where we vacationed. Was the beach in the mountains all the time. We never had money for anything else. But we always. But it wasn't like we weren't. I was poor, but it didn't feel like a poor person's vacation to me.
Right.
You know, like my mom, because it was just me and her. My mom would get together with her friends. And like 3 or 4 of her friends, and they would all pitch in, and they would get this house on the beach. They would get the second row, and they would rent the same one every year for about 8 years of my life.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, it was awesome, dude. And then like some of my family would like come up, like some of her friends would only stay for half the week, so they'd pay for part. Some of our other family would come up and stay the rest of the week, so they would pay for part of it. Like the other poor people in our family.
No, but you the rich family again.
But yeah, dude, it was very much so like I said, like we were poor, but it didn't feel like a poor person's vacation because there was tons of people around. Everybody was pitching in with food, and everybody was helping out cleaning. Obviously, I didn't do shit because I was a kid, and it was glorious. But second row, man, right there at Atlantic Beach, the Circle, dude. I grew up going there,
and that's not really poor because like. When you say poor person's vacation, what is a poor person's vacation?
Well, you know, I would, you put me on the spot there. You know, I mean, well, okay, so like, let's just say if it was just
that's what I take. It's a staycation. A staycation is a poor person's vacation.
It's a poor person's vacation. They don't go any fucking way.
I take those all the time.
They're talking about what is a vacation. I don't know what that means. So yeah, I didn't really need to fly until I got older.
Yeah.
You know,
you don't think about it.
Even then, I didn't need to. My buddy had gotten married and had a kid, and moved to Florida, and I just wanted to go down and see him.
Also, the price of flights has dropped a lot.
Oh, dude, it's dropped drastically. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get like round trip to Florida for like $150. I
was thinking about like there was a show I wanted to see in Tennessee, in Nashville, and just looking at the prices, like just wondering. Train, talk about John Candy, planes, train, or automobile.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Let's figure this out. Yeah, you'd be crazy not to take a plane. Like to the point that, like, just to the point of getting curious. Like, how much would a Greyhound be?
Oh, have you ever traveled Greyhound?
I have traveled Greyhound.
Oh, I really got to fix that because I'm going to start slamming my hands down. Tell me your story on Greyhound.
Well, can I tell you what I take from riding Greyhound?
Okay, tell me what you take from riding Greyhound. You don't have to tell me your story. Tell me what you take.
Every person, especially every American, I think, should do a few things. Periodically. From time to time. You know what periodically means.
Yeah, I know what periodically means. I have my producer look it up.
I know the language. From time to time, everyone needs to eat late night dinner in a Waffle House.
Dude, yeah, I live that.
Everyone needs to, from time to time, every 5 years or so, ride a Greyhound bus. And everybody from time to time needs to, if you can do it, fly, go to a foreign country, or at very least, go to the ocean. You need to go somewhere that reminds you of how flipping small you are.
Oh, yeah, dude. Nothing will do that quicker than being on top of a really tall mountain. Mm-hmm. Will do that. You can look out and you're like, oh, shit. When you can see like more than what you're used to, it's crazy. Like, you ever been on a cruise?
I've not been on a cruise.
Okay, I got a funny story about a cruise, too. But whenever you're out in the middle of the water like that, or have you ever been like deep sea fishing, any of that stuff? Have you ever been to where 360 is water?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's fucking terrifying.
I've been on like ferries between islands.
Yeah. So you have a 360 degree view. Is all just all your whole horizon is nothing but water. Mm-hmm. You know how easy it is to get disoriented. You get disoriented so fast. You're like, I don't fucking know which way is home. If this boat sank, I would have no clue which direction to even try and swim. And then what the fuck is under me?
And we have this weird grounding. Like like the world is this because I know this world.
Yeah, like it's like almost like we're standing on a Google Maps because we are standing on Google Maps. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like you get that out in the middle of the water, you don't know where you're at.
I think everyone from time to time just needs to go to, unless, clear the Waffle House trick isn't going to work if you're at Waffle Houses every Friday night. In which case, like, I don't know, go to a catered event or something. I don't know.
Yeah, right. I used to live at
that change of perspective is nice.
Oh yeah, dude. Go hang out. If you really want to change your perspective, and I'm talking about people who would be like more like from me, and or like more like a I guess like a middle class life. Like maybe a lower to upper, any middle class. Like go hang out at a Waffle House downtown at like 2:00 in the morning on a Saturday, and just sit back and people watch, dude. Just take it in.
Also, to get the full experience, your Waffle House needs to have a police car out in front. If they don't have a police car,
you're not going to the right Waffle House.
You're not getting the right experience.
Yeah, you're not getting the good experience. You don't need what you need. I learned so much just by sitting back and people watching. It's great. I love it.
But we take these things for granted. I remember being in a Waffle House not too long ago because if you want a decent burger late night, there's not really a lot of places to get a burger that has like real texture besides Waffle House.
Dude, Waffle House, here's the deal. Like, I could go to McDonald's and get a burger that they probably just heated up, the patty. Waffle House is going to actually cook it. That you see it go on a grill.
It has a beef-like texture.
Right? Yeah. It's not so bouncy and rubbery.
Right. But they, I tipped her like 20%, which is, standard tipping, and she almost lost her mind.
It's crazy.
But in that world.
Yeah.
In her day-to-day.
Her day-to-day didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to live at Waffle House, man. When I was doing live music and stuff, I would play at these bars and everywhere like that until like 2:00 in the morning, and I'd be hungry, and my friends would be hanging out, and we're like, "Hey, let's go to Waffle House." That deal was like every Friday night. I think we'd end up at Waffle House anywhere between the hours of 11 p.m. to 3 or 4 a.m.
Waffle House,
I can't tell you
underappreciated.
I can't tell you how many times I went to Waffle House, and I can honestly say it was probably a couple of years that I was going to Waffle House before I ever actually got a waffle.
Their pecan waffle,
dude. They're called Waffle House, and I never got a waffle. I always got pancakes or hash browns scattered, smothered, covered, capped, and chopped, and diced, and whatever else you can get done. So that's what I had there.
You're going to a Chinese buffet and getting a pizza, aren't you?
Yeah, right. It's like going to IHOP and getting like a burger,
Right.
Well, not now because they did that viral campaign, but yeah, dude, I used to live at those. So, but anyway, I was talking about the cruise, like being out in the middle of the water. And you said you've been on a cruise or no?
No, I've been in a place where there's water 360.
Yeah,
like I've been on
like a ferry and stuff. Yeah. So our honeymoon was a cruise. Yeah.
Where'd you
go? We went out of Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
Because they have a port down there, and we got on the boat there, and it was going great, man. We had paid for expeditions already. We were going to swim with the dolphins in Atlantis, and then we were going to do. What was it? One other thing. I can't remember because it doesn't matter.
Right.
But so we're going to swim with the dolphins. That's the main thing of this story. And we get on the cruise and everything's going fine. It's going good, man. I mean, honestly, I have no bad things to say about it until like somebody until one of the staff decided to die on our cruise. Dude, I mean, I feel bad that I got upset because, all right, so here's the deal. We're like a day in, right? We're pulling out of Savannah. Me and my wife, just freshly married, loving it. We're just staring out this beautiful ocean. The temperature's great. Water's blue. You see fish swimming in the water. I mean, it's like picturesque, right? We're like pulling out harbor.
Oh, God.
But, oh, shit, I almost totally forgot. So when you first get there and everybody's funneling onto the boat, they'll open up the bar, but they won't let you to your room. So you have to they have to get your rooms ready and everybody's luggage sorted, because what they'll do is they take your luggage and they put the luggage at your room.
Okay.
Before your room is ready. So while you're waiting for your room to get ready, you're chilling out. You're just hanging out. You can go swim in the pool. You can get some drinks. You can go ahead and get they call a soda card, which you pay like $50 for this card, but it's unlimited sodas the whole time you're on there because you have to pay for them otherwise. And if you drink, that comes in handy.
For sure.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so you get those. But so me and my wife, we get fucking hammered within like the first 30 minutes, right? We're like at the bar. We're like, let me get this. Let me get that. We're doing shots by like tequila back and forth. We are drunk. And they're like, all right, now everybody come out here to the center. We're going to go over the safety. We're like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold up. We've been sitting down for like an hour. And so we go stand out there and we're sweating.
That's the worst.
We're like, just let us go to our room. Just sweating balls.
That change in altitude just messes you all up.
Oh,
Wait a
my
second.
God. Yeah, right.
That was
for
fine when I was
her,
sitting.
it's a huge change because she says she's 5 foot, but I say she's 4'11". I'm 6'1", 6'2".
You cutting it real close, man. Like 4'9.5" is.
That's what I told her, man.
Technically a little person.
That's what man. I used to do this bit back in the day. I was like, yeah, I'm 6'2". My wife's 4'11", and we're about this close from collecting disability. Just holding up my hand about 4 or 5 inches because. Shit, was that this thing? Oh, you're good. Doesn't matter. We'll get used to it. You're fine. But yeah, I used to say, I was like, yeah, we're like this close to collecting disability, but yeah. So anyway, we're on the cruise. And they're trying to do all the instructions, tell us that, the thing goes down. These are the lifeboats. Here's where this is. Here's where that is. We finally get in. First day it's good, man. It's a good day. It's just a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're getting ready. It's at night. And then all of a sudden, like the captain comes on and he's explaining we have to pull into port in Florida and drop this person off. We're like, what the hell's going on? And so we ask around, and apparently one of the crew members died and they had to resuscitate him. They brought him back to life, but they had to let him off the boat, obviously.
Oh, wait, so he was still alive?
He was still alive.
Okay, so that's good.
Right, but he had died.
So I thought you guys were having a real like circle of life moment. Like people were getting married, people were dying.
Love is beautiful death.
The circle. So now he's back alive.
So now he's back alive and apparently wants off the boat.
I imagine he does.
Yeah, no, I would too. I can't, like I said, I can't fault the guy. And I feel bad that I got even mad at the situation at all because here's what happened. Now, at the time, me and my wife are 26, I want to say. Something like that. 25, 26.
How long you guys been together?
Jeez, dude, we've been together since right when she turned 21.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, man. So we've been together, I think, 14 years. We've been married for 7.
Bam.
Dude, it's awesome, man.
Love's a beautiful thing.
I mean, love is a beautiful thing, but it's more than just love, man. It's a lot of work.
That's what love is.
A lot of hard work. Yeah, it's what people don't understand, man. It's a lot of me and her. There's a lot of communication.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to communicate. If you're not communicating, it's not going to work.
That's what love is the process.
Yeah, love is the process, and that boom boom times the reward. No.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're on the cruise. The guy dies. Bring him back to life. You have to drop him off, and we pull out. And they explain to us that they had to cancel the trip to Atlantis and to swim with the dolphins. Now, this is I think that's the only thing we paid to do.
Swim with those dolphins.
Was to swim with the dolphins. Now, my wife, I had never seen her break down like this.
Now, have we sobered up at this point? Or we
we're sober. We're sober. This is like a day later. We're sober. Like I said, it was like in the middle of the night. She starts crying like a 5-year-old. Just bawling, crying. I was like, what did I marry?
I know you guys are newlyweds. Is this your honeymoon?
This is our honeymoon.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. It's our honeymoon. So she's like screaming,
this
crying.
dude's messing her all up.
Throwing her hands up, slamming her body on the bed, like full on tantrum. I'm like, calm down. You're freaking out, just swimming with dolphins. That was the only thing she wanted to do. She had her heart set on it. I was not for it.
What, for swimming with dolphins?
Yeah, and I'm not against swimming with dolphins. And this is when I'm going to sound like some PETA guy, but I don't agree with it. I don't agree. They're highly intelligent creatures. These animals aren't dumb. They create emotional relationships. They have memories. They're self-aware. You can put a mirror in front of them. They know who they are.
They're one of the few animals that has sex for pleasure besides humans.
Right. They also have gay. There's also a gay community. There's also a gay community there. You can't fight it. It's in nature, dude.
Wait. So dolphins, I knew homosexuality existed in the world of the dolphins and porpoises and whatnot.
Yeah.
But they have a community? Like they have their own clubs?
Now I'm just Disneyfying the whole thing. You know what I mean? Oh, that would be a great Disney movie. The Gay Dolphin. But they can't call it that.
Oh.
That'd be hilarious, though.
I think, first of all, if you're going to have a Disney film about a gay dolphin, you have to go with the French dauphin.
Dolphin. Oh, yeah, it would have to be something. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
What would his name
I'm pretty sure it's not how you say dolphin in French. I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely positive it's not how you say dolphin in French.
I'm pretty sure dauphin is like the French version of a duke.
I almost just want to ask Google. Let's see if it works. Hey, Google. How do you say dolphin in French? It's probably not going to work. How do you say dolphin in French? Fuck it. Oh, yeah, do it. It also has
I can search the web for you.
Nah, you suck. You're not Siri. But
Take it seriously, Siri.
That would be funny if they made a gay dolphin movie. I think it's probably about time for one of those, though.
Specifically for a gay dolphin movie. Like, not a gay whale.
Not a gay whale.
Not a gay seal, walrus.
Nothing like that.
A gay dolphin.
So, yeah, my wife flips her shit. She loses her shit on these dolphins, on swimming with the dolphins. Like, so I'm not for it. I don't think they should be all entrapped and encaged and all that shit.
Yeah,
I love them. I would just rather see them in the wild. You know what I mean? If I took a dolphin like tour when we were down there and in Florida, when I was down in Florida not too long ago, and I saw like maybe one dolphin, but I was okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm all right with paying money to go out there and seeing it in the wild and not seeing it.
I'm with you.
You know, I would rather pay money, not see it, and have to try again than to pay money and be guaranteed to see it.
On
But
demand.
that thing is living like a shit life.
You don't want dolphins on demand.
Yeah, I don't want dolphins on demand.
That's like a huge part of the human experience, though, I think, right? Is like that hubris that because I want it, who cares what happens to just dolphin?
Right. Yeah. It's because they're not human.
What was a documentary? What's it called? Blackfish? That was the one about.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's exactly what I had watched. I was like, there's no way I could form these opinions on my own. You know what I mean? I was like, that was it. Blackfish. So I'd watched Blackfish about the orca in SeaWorld.
So your wife probably grew up, went to school, had her like a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper, loved dolphins.
She had the Trapper Keeper. You remember the Trapper Keepers that had the dolphins on them that were actually called Trapper Keepers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she probably had one of those.
Yeah, it's probably, dolphins were all the rage.
The dolphins with the rainbow waves. You know what I mean?
Dolphins were so hot back then.
They were the shit, dude. I still think dolphins are the shit.
And then she had that in mind, and you had watched Blackfish.
Yeah, right? Like, she was like, oh, man, this is going to be great. And I'm like, dude, they're torturing these things, man. Torturing them. You got to watch this documentary.
No, don't look at the dolphin. Look in his eyes.
Look in his eyes. Look through the dolphin. You got to look into that. See what makes that dolphin a dolphin.
Yeah, I would never swim with dolphins, and not for some high moral reason. Are
you terrified?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of any animal in its natural habitat. I don't live in water.
Fair enough. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Now, I would say I'm asking you, like, what, are you afraid of him? Like I'm some big tough guy. But,
I'm afraid of a tomcat in an alley. Like that's his natural habitat. I don't live in alleys.
That's like I'm not going to fight a hobo in an alleyway.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, take a hobo and put him in my front yard. I'll fight him.
But in a boxcar?
But in a boxcar, nah, I'm not fighting a hobo on a train.
No.
Not happening.
No. You got that one. Yeah, so I'm not swimming with dolphins, man.
Yeah. No, I would definitely, I would swim with dolphins. Now, I say that with all confidence because I know I would hop in the water with a dolphin on a heartbeat. But if it was anything other than a dolphin, I'm probably not going to get in that water. Although I'm that crazy white guy that would probably go, I would definitely, if you said, hey, Brandon, I've got tickets, we're ready to go, we're going to leave right now. We're going to go shark diving with great white sharks, cage diving. I'd be like, I'm in.
Look, dude, I've said this a million times. I only have one real life goal, and that's to not
die.
And well, yeah, for sure.
Not die young.
But getting a little late for that one.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to die in such a way that people say, what was he doing that for anyway? like
why was he doing that?
Like Byron was killed by 3 angry dolphins. Like, what the fuck was he doing?
Byron went out parasailing.
Right.
Why was he even there?
Right. Like, oh, he was attacked by a bear. No. You can go ahead and put that. I can't tell you how it's going to happen, but I can tell you how it's not going to happen. I won't have death by dolphin.
Yeah, right.
That's not how I go.
Yeah, I don't know. You afraid of death? That's kind of a deep question, right?
No.
We're like light conversation. I'm just like, oh, hey, how you feel about death?
No, I mean, I don't even understand how a person could. I do understand how. I think I see it as the inevitable, so I'm not afraid of the inevitable. I also see how a person could see it as is fear of the unknown, but I see it as the unknowable. So you can't figure it out. Right. So why would you freak out about it?
Right. I view it pretty similar, but I view it like it's going to happen. Yeah, you're going to die. I think what people fear more, I think it's two things. I think one is how. People don't want to go out in pain. Oh, they don't want to hurt. Yeah. They don't want to drown. They don't want to burn. They don't want to, be knifed to death. They want to go out in their sleep. I think one is how, and two, what they fear is leaving people behind. They fear detaching from that emotional detachment, and not knowing that they're knowing that they're not going to be there. I think is one thing that would probably scare them.
I remember,
and I didn't even gain that perspective until I had kids.
I don't have kids. Excuse me. But I do. I remember I was probably around 26 or so. I was in my late mids, my late mid 20s, and I talked to different people, and they said they had a similar experience, which is a moment of like death-focused anxiety. It's like essentially a panic attack.
Yeah.
Right. You didn't realize it until later. It's like, oh, that was a panic attack. But what caused it was I was just sitting around chilling, slightly hungover, and I was watching television, and I saw something, and it just clicked in my head that I used to watch it. This was back when the History Channel was still History.
Oh, yeah. Before it was Pawn Stars?
Right. Pawn Stars.
Yeah. When you go on History Channel, they'll be like, hey, this is how World War II happened.
It was all Hitler.
This is, yeah. this is this weird mustache guy. He's fucking shit up, man. We're going to tell you about it.
Remember we told you Hitler was high? Do you know he was this high?
You know this high? You know where he's hiding at now?
Hitler was so high. But I remember watching some program, and it sort of clicked in my head that like I wasn't alive when that happened. I have a window when I'm going to be here, and then I love history.
Yeah.
At some point, human history, culture, all intellectual endeavors will continue. And I won't be here for any of it.
Yeah.
So so much of life has been trying to experience and understand what has happened, and it's going to continue. Once I process that, I was like, "Fuck!" Then what's the point of all this?
Right. It's like what I was telling you. I think we were talking probably a couple months ago about. We were sitting up at I think it was Ruckus, and I told you that I've been trying to maybe thinking about doing a bit about just coming up there and being like, "Man, I'm just a stupid dumb white guy, raised in the South." And then just go off into jokes about how dumb I am, but I'm really not all that dumb. But to piggyback on what you were saying is, I like to learn new shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I like to know like what other people go through. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this. Is like I don't know what other cultures, other people, other anything experience other than what my life experiences, and how am I going to know that unless I reach out? So that's been a big thing, but that didn't happen for me until I got a little bit older, because I was a little bit, I wouldn't say sheltered, but I was I would say culturally sheltered.
That's one thing that's cool about comedy. It's like a family in a weird way that you...
Oh, because everybody's got a fucked up childhood, or something's messed up. Something happened somewhere along the lines that makes us crazy enough to want to go up there, put everything we worked so hard into to be judged instantaneously on, and have to go home with that feeling.
And if you succeed too many times, then it doesn't have value. I actually need to fail sometimes.
Oh, right, yeah. If you succeed all the time, then you don't understand it.
Like, I'm doing the same jokes too many times.
Dude, it's so tough to get up there. I think I was talking with I think it was JD last night about it, and just getting up there and just you're putting everything out there, man. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what other job does that? What other thing does that? Like, I know at my job, I'm not under constant scrutiny.
Right.
Like, as soon as I start work, as soon as I clock in at 7:00 in the morning, I don't have somebody going, "You didn't put that in there, right?" You know what I mean? And that's what it's like when you get up there. When you get up there and you say something, or you are for my sake, or I sing something, or do something in between the songs that's not funny, nobody laughs, and I'm expecting a laugh.
That's funny. That's like you're saying like the audience is micromanaging your work.
Yeah, it's like the micromanagement. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's what it feels like, and it's like
you're micromanaging my work.
Yeah, but then again, like I'm choosing to be micromanaged.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? I'm choosing to put myself up there for those 3, 5, 15, 20 minutes and be micromanaged through that whole thing. I think the real power and freedom in comedy comes when you don't let them micromanage you anymore, but you still put yourself out there.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? You still put yourself out there, but you don't let them dictate how it's going to be. You just kind of tell them how it's going to be.
Yeah, there's a dance that happens.
Yeah.
It's like you both come onto the floor. You've determined that this is the dance we're going to do. One person can lean a little bit in one direction, but the other person has to balance it out.
Yeah.
But in this case, you're the person who's leading the dance.
Yeah.
They're following you. Sometimes they'll push, but you got to push back. I'm leading right now.
Yeah, right. You see some people do that, and they execute it so well, man. So well.
But to your point, that's what's so great about comedy. It's like a family, in that it's like my brother and I have absolutely nothing in common. Love him to death. A person that is like him, and inversely for him, me, we would not hang out in real life. Yeah. But we have a thing that brings us together. Yeah. To me, that's what comedy is like. And it's a great opportunity to see other people's cultures and perspectives, and where they grew up and how they grew up, and people with religious backgrounds, and but you have a thing that brings you together. Something common. Yep. That's what it is, man. That's what it's all about. Yeah. That's been one of the greatest things about comedy, I think. It reaffirms that people aren't all bad, especially if they're laughing at you. Yeah. Or with you.
Oh, well, yeah, with you. Dude, at this point, I'll take at me. If I'm up there, here's my thing. If I'm up there and the lights are on and my timer's going, whatever I do, if they laugh, that's comedy to me.
For sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If whatever my body language is, if I shift my hips one way or something, or I move my shoulders or shimmy, smile, tilt my head a certain way, and they're laughing, that's all part of it, dude.
Oh, that's a show.
Yeah. So cut the light on. I'll do whatever I need to do.
But that means you got a show too. Yeah. Because that's the thing when someone first starts out, you can see it. It's we all did it. It's, you're getting up, you're doing your material, you're trying to get a tight 3. Yeah, trying to get a tight 3. You're trying to get a tight 3, and there's no nuance to it. At the time, you're just trying to work. You're just trying to get the material out. Yeah, right. You've not gotten to the point, like you said, where you can just kind of move your head a certain way. Yeah, and it becomes your show.
Dude, there's parts that I've picked up when I've been playing, like I'll run like a riff down, like a chord progression down or something. As I go down, I'll just shake my head as I move the chords, and that'll get a little giggle. And to me, a little giggle from them is better than them being silent in between laughs. So if that little thing is going to get some people to be like, ha 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 ha, I'm going to do it.
Oh, for me, that was a big sort of revelation. Sort of those points you're trying to hit was when I realized the value of a chuckle and how to get it. Yeah, it's like, you know what? Because sometimes that's the thing that can keep you from losing them. Yeah, is like, let me get a little pop.
Let me just a little something. And it was a huge revelation for me too. And admittedly, it took me a little while to figure out. It's like you listen to these other people do it, and you hear these thunderous like laughter, or even just good like hearty chuckles, and you think that's your ultimate goal. Mm-hmm. But that is and it isn't. Like, you really just want them laughing the whole time. If they're at least giggling or paying attention, then you're doing your job, I feel like. Mm-hmm. That's right. But instead of working towards like the big laughs, it's not everything you say is going to be hugely funny. Mm-hmm. So I had to get to that point too. So like you have like the almost like throwaway jokes, to build you up to the bigger one, but they're serving a purpose.
And it's a dance. Sometimes you're worried about your cadence and how you, your lap per minute rate. They need to be laughing.
Dude, I never heard that before. I'm telling you, man, so much stuff has changed. Either that or I'm just paying more attention to it now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what I was talking to my wife about too. I was like, I don't know. I just feel like everything around the whole scene has changed, or it's just that I'm more in tune with it now. Like I'm more focused. I'm more driven to try and do this and be good at it. Right. Than I wasn't back in the day. I just wanted to do it and be famous.
Right.
Now I actually want to do it and be good at it. I just want to be good at it. I don't care if I get fame. I don't care if I get fortune. I don't care if Netflix calls me. If they call, I'm not going to not answer. But I don't care if all that happens. I'm out there because I enjoy it, you know? So I'm going to write my stupid songs. I'm going to play them, and I'm going to write my stupid jokes. I'm going to say them. And whatever works, works. Whatever doesn't, you know? But I'm going to try it. I think
but the one that works, that's the one.
Yeah, right.
That's why you do it. Like you toil and stress and
oh my God,
and have people not laugh at things for the one that works.
You cut your friends off mid conversation. They're like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "Hold on." They can't say anything else. They can't talk. If they talk, you lose it.
Don't you write a joke on me right now, Dewey Cox?
Yeah. Don't you do that to me, Dewey Cox. That's like a
joke around the house. Don't you write a joke on me right now?
Oh, shit,
are you writing a joke right now?
That's the only downfall to doing it in the garage with a water heater.
Real life, man.
Somebody wants hot water. That's what you're going to get in the background of this audio.
that's how real life works.
Yeah, man. I really hope to build this thing up to where I can actually get it and get it like its own little space.
Nice.
And have like
nice space now. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I dig it. I want to change the color on this wall. I don't like that shade of blue. You know, but I want to do, like I said, I want to build it up and do like live streaming too.
Oh, nice. Because
I've got cameras and all that stuff. This is a decent space to have somebody come over and hang out.
You can tie in some things.
Yeah, but like I can't. It's not ready to be broadcast. You know what I mean? This isn't broadcast ready. I want to finish that wall out over there. I want to put some stuff up over there and get some other stuff done. But
I know some of them. At some point, you know, have them be mobile too, because you can do some tie-ins with some events.
Yeah, I would love to have it where I can go mobile with it. I need to get I think it's called like a Zoom or something like that. The Zoom mic, the X001 or something. But I want to get one of those to do portable stuff, because these mics I've got cases and everything for, and I just really wanted to build it up here and just start out and get going.
Yeah, and once you get it going, you'll figure out exactly where you're pushing it.
Man, I have no clue. You're like one of my first guests, so
move.
I guess you're gonna be my technical first guest.
Well, and please, once you really get it going, don't forget about me.
I won't forget about you, dude. I want to have you back. I want to have you coming back some more. You got anywhere you got to be? You got to get out of here.
No. I mean, it's comic. We're comics, so I'm gonna hit some mics.
Yeah. What time you heading out?
There is. I'm gonna try to hit. I think the one I'm really gonna hit tonight is probably gonna be the one at Growlers downtown.
Growlers?
Yeah,
I saw that. Is that any good?
It has some pretty good turnout sometime, but mics are mics. It's hit and miss.
Yeah. Is there a crowd?
There's a crowd.
Are they eating?
They're not always paying attention, but again, this is what open mics are for.
That's true.
You know, if they were all, if there were 100 of them, they were all paying attention, that would be called a real room,
right? Called a paid gig,
right? That's not an open mic.
Yeah, no. Oh man, I was actually I did Ruckus this past Tuesday, and after I went up there, I appreciate you throwing my name in there. At Good Nights, I got up and I did the new song, and it went okay. I think I get into my own head more than what I need.
I'm sorry I didn't say to sit. I had to work.
Oh,
early,
dude, it's fine, man. I get it, dude. But like I said, I appreciate you just throwing my name down. Anyway, I worked that song there. It did okay. I stuck around and saw Caroline because she always cracks me up. Every time, she's hilarious to me. So I stuck around. I saw her, and then I went over to Ruckus. And when I walked in, there was actually a decent crowd because I guess Deep South canceled their mic that night. Because their audio guy didn't show up or something like that. They didn't have anybody to run it.
I didn't know they were still doing. I thought they were still doing that contest. Are they doing their mic?
I guess.
Okay.
I have no clue. Yeah, I haven't. I
like that place. It's a good one.
Yeah, I haven't done that. I need to stop being so fucking.
Well,
lazy
especially what you do.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, you said as much. It's not. To be fair to you, I don't know that it's lazy. I think you live kind of out, man. You know,
you're here now. You see where I have to come from.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I take for granted that I live literally like 8 minutes drive from downtown.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's a huge thing when you're trying to do it. Like it's like a quarter tank of gas for me to go out. You know what I mean?
But wait, but what about like Durham? Are you close to Durham here?
Yeah, Durham. I'm fairly close to Durham, but everything that's in Durham is like an equidistant drive. You know what I mean? Like, so to make it out to the Sam's one on Saturday, it's still about as long as it's going to take me to make it a good night.
I like that, Mike.
I like it too. I've only done it once, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's just really chill little spot. But anyway, to what I was saying, I went to Ruckus on Tuesday, and what you were talking about, just trying out new shit, I literally just sat there and just spouted off. I'd written, I think, 20 like sets of lyrics to this one song, and I literally just strummed the chords and I tried out each lyric,
Just seeing what popped.
just see if any of them stuck. None of them did, but I was playing to literally when I got there was like a bunch of people there. By the time I got up, it was done because the Deep South mic canceled. And there was rollover from that one went to Ruckus, so it was kind of packed.
Nice, yeah.
And they were up there. They did, like some people were doing rap, some people were doing the guitar stuff, and then they got off. I got on. They left. So then I was literally playing to. I think there was that one guy who comes up there with the bass all the time, bass guitar, and just sits. The old dude. It was him. Some other guy who's coming up after me, and then some other old dude that was sitting down the end of the bar. I was literally in the bartender and the chefs.
Nice.
That was it. So I just sat there and I was just like, "Buck it, I'm just gonna try this."
You got time.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna do. Oh, one other guy, he came up to me and goes, "Dude, I really liked it. The fact that you just tried new shit. You didn't give a fuck. You just tried it out." I was like, "Man, I'm playing. You know me. You know, you know my shit's already. The shit that other stuff I do is pretty decent. So." Why not? Why not just try it out? I mean, you're, I guess, technically like an open mic friend. Not you, but the guy I was talking to is like you're just like an open mic friend. You know what I mean? I go out, I see you, we hang out, we talk. You can tell me if it's good or bad. I'll appreciate it.
For sure. That's the feedback you need.
Exactly. So, but yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did on Tuesday.
I've thought before about tying in. One thing that's good about music is that you can fall back. It's a nice lull.
Dude, I'm not, yeah. Okay, so that was my big thing. Like, okay, I think I told you before, when I did it back in the day, I only strictly did it with a guitar. Now, I was too terrified back then to put the guitar down. Now I'm not. Now I don't care as much. I'll get up there without it, and I'll run the same bit I'll use with the guitar, but just different, you know? Right. And just try. Because I'm trying to get over that. But yeah, just getting up there and doing that.
I'm going to get the guy's name wrong. It's a comedian. I think his name's Nick Thune. Is that his name?
Oh, yeah, Nick Thune.
Yeah, he does that. Like, he never goes into a song. It's just background.
Yeah.
But that is a cool option to have.
Dude, yeah, it fills time.
It fills space.
So, man, I'd lost track. But yeah, so now getting up there without the guitar, it's a lot different.
Have you ever been just a regular stand-up, like who didn't do music?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not till recent. Like I haven't started doing that. That's what I was saying.
So you started out with the music.
Yeah, I started out. I was all right. So I was hosting the open mics at Ruckus. This is we're talking just before I met my wife. So 14 years ago.
Oh, okay. First of all, I didn't know you were this deep in the scene. So when That's amazing. So
that was what me and my wife were together when I took over the. We were together. We had been together, so it's probably about 13 years ago.
So when you were talking about how much the comedy scene has changed, you've seen.
Oh yeah.
And evolved.
Wow. Yeah. So I used to work at Good Nights, but this I'm leading up to that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I was hosting open mics. The manager for Good Nights at the time saw me do my set at Ruckus's open mic, and he came up to me afterwards. He goes, "Dude, you need to come up to Good Nights." He's like, "You're hilarious. It would go over well. Come up." He's like, "I'll get you on to the open mic to audition." I was like, "All right, cool." So the next night was a Wednesday night is when they used to do it. And I went up there, auditioned, and they put me on. And then it was just like I almost had like a regular spot every week. It was just like this. It was just different, man. Like it wasn't. I don't know if it was just because I was in with that in crowd at that time,
right?
And now I'm not. Now I'm the outsider trying to make my way in, and it's just that might be why it's different to me now. But it was just I went up there, I did that, and then all of a sudden I started working there as a bar back. So I started meeting like all the comics coming through. I met a ton of awesome people, just giving like great advice, and even people people don't know about. There's this guy named Cowboy Bill. I think is his name. Anyway, if I ever see him come through again, I'm going to have to check him out. He's one of the funniest fucking people. And that dude will kill a bottle of Patron, and he won't let you leave until you do shots with him. It's nuts.
There may be a reason you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop.
It might be a reason. Like Killer Bees, you know who Killer Bees is? It's all right. If I say Killer Bees, what kind of comic do you think?
Black comic.
Yeah, not. It's an old white guy.
Get out of here.
Yeah, no, I'm not lying to you, man. I'll pull it up while we're talking.
Anyone that comes up with a dope ass name,
Dude, he even spells it. I think he even spells it with a Z. I'm like, there's no way.
Killer Bees with 13 Z's. Killer Bees.
No, nowadays you got to put that X. It's all about the X's. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
if you ever meet a comic named Biscuits, that's a black person.
Oh yeah, even better. He spells it Beaz. Killer Bees. That's the guy.
He looks like Robin Williams a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Like a skinny, like a coked out Robin Williams. Although this guy's not on coke to my knowledge. Killer Bees, if you ever hear this, I'm not downing you at all. You're a great guy. But
but that tail though.
Oh, dude, he's definitely like straight up out of 90s. Straight up out of 90s. He's like right there, he's like Jeff Foxworthy-esque. You know what I mean? Kind of looks like Jeff Foxworthy.
That was the move.
Yeah, that was the move back in the day.
Is that the black mock top beneath the turquoise blazer? Where do you even find a mock top these days?
Dude, it's that haircut, that hairstyle, that one that that goes up in the front. I don't even know. It's like a modern pompadour almost, like that '90s pompadour. It's like I kind of want a mullet. I kind of want something fashionable, but I don't know what I want. So
wait, does he have the Guy Fawkes facial hair?
But I mean, he's changed.
Beware.
He's changed a lot.
Oh man, where do you even get a mock top? Like,
probably Goodwill.
I think
you know what I mean. The people who got rid of them now, they're like, I don't want this. Nobody's wearing this shit.
I think it's easier probably to find a turtleneck than a mock top. So you could probably find a turtleneck, cut half of it off. then rock it as a mock top with a dope ass tail, with a dope tail blazer.
And he's got on like jeans or something.
Oh, that's Jeff Foxworthy.
That's Jeff Foxworthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, that guy was huge.
Jeff?
I'm now thinking about like the year 93, 94, about what like Jeff Foxworthy. Like I grew up in South Georgia.
Yeah.
So. You might be a redneck. Everything was huge.
I grew up here, dude. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, yeah, you're a little bit more deeper south. I hate that we're called North Carolina because I don't feel like we're part of north of anything.
No.
But anyway,
but you remember that? That was. Let's see, like No Fear was huge. It was a dark time. No Fear was everywhere. Jeff Foxworthy had blown all the way up.
Oh yeah, all the way.
So had Cat Stevens, but that's another story. And you remember that? But the other thing I remember from that time was
Cat Stevens. Is that he's a musician, right?
Like Grandma got run over by a reindeer. I think.
Is that Ray Stevens?
Oh, it's Ray Stevens.
Ray Stevens. Yeah.
Cat Stevens is Yusuf Islam, the 70s singer. Sorry.
Oh no, yeah, dude, Ray Stevens. He had that song, The Streak.
That's why they call
him The Streak. He's like, Echo. It's like, we're checking in live. Here's like, beep, 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 checking in live at the supermarket. Did you see the streaker?
Oh, yeah, I did. He comes streaking through here hotter than Jaybird.
Comedy's changed so much.
Dude, I used to have that on cassette tape. I had it on cassette tape, and I would listen to that and the Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas album.
I remember that.
Yeah. On repeat. That and Vanilla Ice.
And what always gets me about Vanilla Ice is that everyone will tell you how much Vanilla Ice sucks. But he went multi-platinum, which means someone was buying those records.
Dude,
I did not.
I did. I totally did. Vanilla Ice, yeah, man. Rob Van Winkle.
Rob Van Winkle.
Do
you remember in the late 90s when he came out with his new rock, his new metal?
Dude, I do remember that. He came out.
Too cold.
Ice, baby, too cold.
God, the 90s kind of
I like I remember, dude, the 90s were awesome. Don't you shit on the 90s. Dude, I'm in love with the 90s.
I love the 90s.
It's so true. Dude, what are those? The Pokemon. That's fucking South Park. What is it? Monchichis? You remember those? The Monchichis, they are, let me make sure I don't misquote this.
Oh,
the Monchies are like little furry, like almost look like spider monkeys. Monchies.
Oh, you remember talk about crazy branding? Do you remember? Did you guys in your school that they allow Big Johnson shirts?
Dude, Big Johnson shirts. Yeah, you remember these Monchichis?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes. I
you
do remember
do.
those. And they would put like a little thumb in the mouth.
Yeah,
and
they had the thunder.
Yeah.
Put it right there. Yep, Monchichis.
That's one of those
man.
things that I don't remember.
Yeah, there it is. Thumb in the mouth.
It's one of those things I don't ever really remember being around. I just remember like they were always at like yard sales. Like no one ever had them new.
So how old are you?
37.
You're 37. So you're a couple years older than I am. Yeah. So yeah.
Big Johnson shirts.
Big Johnson shirts. Dude.
That was allowed in school.
That was a great time to be in school, huh?
It-
Dude, those things are
that, like there was nothing
that you
appropriate.
couldn't know. There's no way. Dude's walking around. He's got a throbbing erection.
Erections, like
all the time, just hidden behind pants or whatever. And then big-breasted women.
I can't wait.
And then I think there's like a bunch of Confederate flags all over that.
Confederate
thing,
flags. It was always like Big John. This is a real one, by the way. This isn't me saying. It's like Big Johnson's Tavern, liquor up front, poker in the rear. Like,
I mean, that's just funny.
when Me Too comes for him.
Oh yeah, that's true, man. That's true.
When the Me Too movement comes for Big
Me Too
Johnson,
movement starts coming in from Big Johnson, everybody needs to look out.
that guy's going down.
Going down.
Yeah, that's what I like to do at Big Johnson's. Like, okay, Big Johnson. Yeah, that was all the rage.
Look up some Big Johnson t-shirts.
And it was completely fine. Dude, I remember when Columbine happened at my high school, there was
This guy, sorry to interrupt the school shooting conversation, but he's like this. Okay, so Big Johnson, for people, if you listen and you don't know, Big Johnson was I guess it was just a t-shirt brand.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else that they did, but what they had was like highly, I guess nowadays would be called inappropriate. Back then it was acceptable. Now this is definitely not acceptable, but it's a really skinny guy and always with these like big-breasted women, and this guy's always got something insinuating he's got a big dick.
he's always got some phallic.
He's got a Big Johnson. So now this one here says it's Big Johnson, and he's sitting on like a fire hose, dressed up like a fireman. He's got it pulled out, and it says she's gonna get wet fast when she sees the size of your hose.
And 13-year-old boys.
13-year-old boys were rocking the shit out of this. What else they got?
And everyone was okay with it.
This one's a race car one. It says it's easy to get them loose when you come up from behind with a Big Johnson. I mean, this sounds like. I mean, I guess we're
I feel
literally.
violated.
I think we're literally just going through my old set. Like, I think we're just. Oh, hold on. What does this one say? Big Johnson houseboats, party on my dick. That's not even original.
Kids were wearing these to school.
That's not even like. That's not even clever. It's just Big Johnson's houseboats, party on my dick.
Like, that's not even
I guess it's like party on the deck. And they got him. Okay, yeah, that's what it says. It says deck there, but it has him standing over top of the E with the thing on top of his head.
Adults, educators, administrators were all fine with kids wearing these shirts at school. Dude, I remember, talk about Deep South. Mm-hmm. I remember when Columbine happened, it suddenly became an issue that kids couldn't bring guns to my high school anymore, and the gun racks in the back of their trucks.
Oh yeah, dude, back in the day, especially, I mean, because we both you grew up a little bit deeper south than I did, but I mean, down here, you live here, you know how it is. But yeah, dude, there was gun racks. There was people would ride to school, they had shotguns. There was 12 gauge shotguns, 20 gauge, just sitting up in the back window of the pickup trucks.
My freshman class had 600 kids in it. There were 1,200 kids in my school, and people just bringing guns to school.
Yeah, it's. So here's the deal. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked a whole lot into. I haven't actually laid my eyes on these statistics. But people are saying, or what I've heard is that the amount of school shootings they might have gone up, but it's only been very slight.
Okay.
It's the more we're reporting more of them now. The information is more vastly available and fast, more easily accessible. So when things happen in like a rural town, when a kid goes in and shoots 2 or 3 kids. I'm not ever saying this is a good thing, but where it might have been reported locally, now it's national news. You see what I'm saying? Like it goes online, all of a sudden school shooting pops up, and that's going to boom, rocket
that's
it right
something
up.
that traveling does for you. Like you go to visit someone in, I don't know, Boston, and go to that city and watch the amount of killings that are happening. I mean, that's anywhere you go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of murder.
You just go and just turn on the TV and the local news in any city that you go to, and it's all death. It's all it is. I stopped watching the news a long time ago. because it's so fucking depressed. I can't sit there at night after I've worked a long day, busted my ass. I don't want to come home and be depressed. You know what I mean?
What I want?
This is what I want. This is not my life.
Yeah, that's tough, but that's everywhere you go. Like you touch down in the city, let's see what's going on here.
Yeah,
weather. Weather, sports,
woman raped and stabbed. Yeah, man, shot, brutally shot. Somebody killed. Shit. Reach back there and just you can just unplug that thing. I forgot to turn it down before we got started. Yeah, doing it out of my garage, man. You gotta monitor that baby.
I didn't even hear it.
No, it's just. I'm a dad, dude. I'm sure you'll when you listen to this later, you'll be like, "Oh, there it is." You'll hear well, I don't know. I'll be able to cut some of the stuff out of the background noise.
Also, your ears are tuned to that.
Oh yeah, totally.
Right,
yeah.
for sure.
I've got 7 years experience at it right now.
You only got one charge, and it's like for your kids not to die, really.
Yeah. Just keep them alive. Keep them not being stupid.
I can't wait until I have kids so I can look at them when they're adults and say, "Hey, look, man, it's kind of on you, really."
It's up to you now, man.
You're alive, so
yeah, I did my job. Good luck with that whole dealing with your emotions shit. Oh man, it's crazy, dude.
What about my college fund?
You constantly think that you're just fucking them up. You constantly think that you're just screwing those kids up all sorts of ways, and then they bounce back, and for some reason they say "I love you" at night, and you're like, "Fuck, I thought you hated me by now." You know what I mean? But it's amazing. It's awesome, dude. I love it. I love being a dad.
I could imagine.
And the thing is like, I don't like being that guy that's like, you should have kids and all this and talk about how much I actually like being a dad, because I don't want to force anybody to feel like they have to have kids or talk to them, tell them you need to have them. I think it's more of like, I've got a kid. I really enjoy it. I think other people would probably enjoy it too.
I've given this way too much thought before, but my apprehension with having kids is, I think it is connected to the way I feel about dogs, which is that I don't want to invest. I'm afraid to invest that much into something and to not get a return on investment. Also, if you think about ROI with children, maybe that's not a good thing.
I don't think you're looking. That's not a stat on that sheet. You know what I mean? That's man. I'm thinking about working this new bit, and it's all about saying fuck Santa Claus, and it's along that same premise of how dare they believe that some jolly old fucking fat man brought them these gifts.
Oh, for sure.
When I'm the one that busted my ass and saved up to get you that Barbie dream house. You know what I mean?
You see,
I did that.
I'm not
and when
jolly.
You wake up in the fucking morning on Christmas morning, you run downstairs and you see it and you're like, "Oh, thanks, Santa." And I'm standing there going, "Fuck."
Do you know
Santa.
Do you know why Santa's jolly? Because Santa's not real.
Santa's not real.
Daddy's stressed out. He doesn't get to be jolly.
It's the first big lie you tell your kids too. Do you know that?
What's that?
First big lie you tell your kids is that Santa Claus is real. You lie to them for like 7 to 13 years of their life.
Do you just, because everyone has this conversation and has had this conversation probably since they were kids. Like, are you going to tell your children about Santa Claus? I've known several people that it sounds almost like it just happens without thinking. Like, you just
Dude,
Santa's
all right, so here's my story. I found out Santa Claus wasn't real when I was younger because I saw my mom sneaking into the attic and getting the presents. Then I saw the presents the next morning under the tree, and I was like, Santa Claus isn't real.
Right.
So I didn't like that. I didn't like how that made me feel. Like, why would she want to lie to me? I trusted you.
Right.
I trusted you. What else are you lying to me about? What else is not? I mean, was broccoli actually good for me? Should I be eating this shit or no? This shit, you broke my trust.
Bet you taking some liberties.
So I always told my mom, I was like, bet you taking some liberties. I always told my mom, I was like, I'm never going to tell my kids that Santa Claus is real because it's the first big lie you tell your kids. You lie to them and you shatter them. You break that trust. And then I met my wife and we have our kid and we're talking about Santa Claus. She's like, oh yeah, we're going to do Santa Claus. I was like, oh no, we're not. She's like, yeah, we're doing Santa Claus. I was like, no, we're not. She's like, what do you mean no, we're not? I was like, I don't think we should lie to him. Mm-hmm. She's like, no, but it's fun. The kids love it. It's fun for the kids. They enjoy doing it. And so you get suckered into it. Even if I was had convinced my wife that no, we're not doing Santa Claus. They're going to go to school. They're going to talk to their friends and their friends are going to be like, Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Santa Claus. You know what I mean? So you really don't have a choice. It just pisses me off that guy gets all my dad. That guy gets all my dad love. You know, it's like a kid's like, "Oh, I love Santa Claus. Santa Claus. So happy to see Santa Claus. Not so happy to see Daddy getting home from work."
When's the last time your kids wrote you a letter?
Right. Where's my fucking letter?
Where's your cookies and milk?
They are. That is my cookies and milk. I just want them to leave them out for me, not Santa. That's all I'm saying. I want to be like, here's daddy's cookies and milk. You know what I mean? Thank you.
Santa's scooping in and getting all the love.
Really, I should say daddy and mommy. It's just hashtag equality, man. You know, something I've noticed here with the whole equality movement, and it's something I didn't expect as a man with the equality movement, is I'm happy. I'm super happy. I have 2 daughters, right? Sure. Dude, I'm so happy that the whole environment is changing. Nothing has opened my eyes more to the plight of females than having 2 daughters.
Oh, no doubt, yeah.
Like the instant my first one was born, I went from worrying about my dick to everybody else's dick in the world, and that freaked me out. Now I have 2 daughters, and I'm like, holy crap. And now I'm hearing what all these guys are doing. That's not even some of these things aren't even in the realm of my possibility of thinking of how to manipulate a person into doing something like that. I just don't get it. But anyway, so what I never expected was, I work in a construction field, and every now and again I'm out on construction sites. I'm starting to see a lot more females out on construction sites.
Good thing. And
they're doing their thing, and I'm happy for it. That's awesome. But what I didn't expect was it's kind of turning me on. I'm kind of like, it's pretty hot. You're out there, it's fucking 90 degrees, and you're putting up a wall. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, hashtag equality boner, man. Like, I don't know.
But at what point did it just become just like?
At what point is it just normal?
It's just boring.
I think
it's just boring coworkers. Like,
I think it's.
Hey, Diane. Hey, Dave.
I think for a lot of people, that's going to happen fast.
Right.
For people like me, I don't know. I don't even know if that's the right way to say it. People like me, like, I don't know. I'm a horn dog, and I'm not with my wife especially, but like I see these women, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I'm happy for them. They're out there, they're doing their thing, and it's weirdly attractive to me. Like, I find that attractive.
Is it attractive to you in a novel sense?
Okay, well,
because I've never seen this, it's more attractive. Or
all right, well, let me break it down like this. When my wife, she'll come to me, and she called me. It was probably a couple weeks ago now. We put up or she had bought some drapes for the living room. She wanted me to hang them. And I was like, no, I'm not going to hang them. You can hang them. Because I didn't buy them. You know what I mean? I was being a dick. But I'm going to hang them. I just like being a dick sometimes. And I like putting them, like making her, I don't know. It's just fun. Just messing with her son. But anyway, she calls me and she goes, hey, I tried to hang them. And I put 7 holes in the wall. I was like, I should be mad, but I find you very attractive right now. She's like, what are you talking about? It's like I'm just happy you tried. Like, you put forth the effort. You're like, fuck it. I don't need the fact that she stood up and was more independent. I think it's the independence.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I think it's more because she called. I got home a couple weeks ago. Or I don't know. My timelines are messed up. I'm a comedian. Everything's a couple weeks ago. Right. I just got back from vacation. I've always just did this and just had this happen. Oh, the other day. My timelines are all fucked up. I came home. My wife's like, I painted some of the cabinets, or I touched up some of the cabinets. I was like, did you use the right color white paint? She's like, I don't know. I was like, I don't even care if you did or not. I'm attracted in that to trying to do it.
It goes back to that, love is the process. There's nothing more attractive than the process. And by that, I think about, there are people who might be a 3, but that 3 can become a 6 because of effort.
Dude, I don't even know. I was talking to somebody along the lines of something similar to this, I think, here recently. It's, okay, so if you could take like a chick who's a 3, if we're going to use that patriarchy scale, the 10 scale.
If you want to get into that conversation, we can be here a while.
Oh, I don't know if I want to jump into that one. But, okay, so if we're going to use that scale, we'll say it's just like a 3. Right. Dude, there's nothing you can do physically, like to appearance-wise, to make you any hotter. But you could go out and be doing something, like you could be like a welder. But if I walk up and you're welding a fucking roll cage on a race car and you're a 3, I'm going to find you attractive. It's just the fact that you're able to do that, the fact that you don't let anything stand in your way, the fact you're more independent. You're like, you know what? I know women don't normally do this, but it's something I like to do. I'm going to do it. I guess I'm attracted to the power, Brian. That internal, I guess, man, we're finding out some shit today. Like, I never even thought about it.
I'm attracted to power.
I'm attracted to that gumption, that get up and go.
So you had like a whole different experience with like, I'm with her. No, I'm really with her. I'm attracted to power, man.
I don't know. I'm really with her. It's old. I could have been with her. I could have been with the other. I don't know, man. She was Hillary. God, that's like yeah.
I would just say politics.
Yeah, politics.
I can't think of.
You can't start that conversation without talking about Trump, and you can't start Trump conversation without talking about Hillary. But you definitely can't talk about Hillary without talking about Bernie.
You can't talk about
you can't. It's just
the reason politics works is because Aristotle talks about this in rhetoric. All political speech has to be future speak. So every politician that you ever see is telling you what they're going to do for you, which means every politician that you've ever known has failed you. Because the new guy can come in and say, here's how I'm going to be better.
Right.
Then if someone else always has room to say how they're going to do more, what's that mean about the person who's already doing it?
Right. I guess they're doing something wrong.
Right.
If you're always doing something, if you're always replaceable,
right,
then you're not doing something, you're not keeping people happy.
But that just depends.
But you can't keep everybody happy.
It's what camp you're in. It's tribalism. There's a whole lot of stuff.
I'm so sick of it. I honestly feel like right now I'm a guy or an American without really, like, I feel like a person without a country almost. But I mean, I love America, dude. There's nowhere else I can do the shit I do, say what I say, and have the freedoms I have other than America. But
Canada.
Well, yeah, that's true. And I get free healthcare. But
a lot of Scandinavian countries.
But I mean, I love it here. But I just feel like, I don't know. I think Trump's going. I think he's hitting a nerve with so many people. He's getting so many. People aren't going to like to hear this, but he's getting more done for politics. And here's what I'm saying. What I mean by that is not now. He's not doing it right now. Mm-hmm. He's getting more people paying attention. You remember how Obama got everybody all boosted up and ready to go for the young vote and everything? Mm-hmm. And he got everybody up roaring. He got all those new people out there voting, and that's how we got in. Mm-hmm. Trump is causing so many more, I think, more people to pay so much more attention to what's going on because they want to know the truth now. They want to know everything that's happening. I feel like he's drawing so much more like new attention into it that it's going to get more. There's more people. Like, he's pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah,
he's made a lot of young people very angry who are going to take stance, and those young people are going to be our new leaders. But me and you were like 50. These kids are going to be like 30.
I mean, even now there's I just saw it yesterday. There's like a 75% increase in women running for office than it was in the previous campaign cycle.
I know you can always make a link, but when he was like grabbing by the pussy, you can't tell me that did not piss off some of those women and enough to be like, fuck this, I'm done. We're taking over. We're going in. We're going to do our best.
Who was that? Said, that's Chappelle. Chappelle said.
Oh, did he? That might have been where I pulled it.
No. Okay. He talks about the idea that Trump could possibly help us all completely by mistake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, there you go. That's what you get. A comic genius is. He can explain it a heck of a lot easier and better than I can.
No, but
in a funny way.
No, but that's the idea. It's
it's the idea. Yeah, that's essentially what I mean. Yeah, is that he's just causing a whole shitstorm of people to be like, you know what, fuck this. Well, we're going to change the government. We're going to change how shit's done.
Whether politics or anything else, the world works on people who are consistently interested in something. So traditionally, politics is people who have interest. People who have money have interest. They want to protect their interest. Yeah. So they're consistently interested. Everyone else is interested when it's time to vote. Yeah. Well, they were interested the whole time, and they were moving things and manipulating things. And so until people have consistent, sustained interest, it's going to be what it's going to be. I don't particularly feel bad about it either. It just is what it is. But.
Yeah, I mean, just as soon as Trump was elected, I was like, I bet this is how all those people who were pro McCain felt. You know what I mean?
It took me days.
It's gloom and doom. The world's coming to an end. Obama's president. Everything's got
Chicken Little, sky's falling.
Everything's get in your bunkers, hunker down because here it comes. I felt like this was the first time not the first time, but probably the first time in a while that the Democrats have felt that way.
I wouldn't.
At least 8 years.
I was going to say, of the past 5 presidents, 3 of. Well, the past few Republicans,
but see, like now,
past few Republicans kind of get in through like Supreme Court decisions and, the Electoral College more than they do popular vote. But that's just what politics is. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because everyone knew the game when they signed up for it.
Yeah.
So that is what it is. I just wonder if at some point people are going to have to be interested. And I don't we're not like we're nowhere near hungry.
Oh no. As
Right.
you're talking about America, like it's in general,
Right, like as in the economy.
No, we don't know. We don't know struggle.
No.
America doesn't know struggle.
No.
Not yet. We're not into the Great Depression era. My neighbors aren't coming to me looking for food.
Which is why we want to play with these things because we don't know war.
Well, I think
we don't know.
now is the time that we need to do it. Now, because I feel like we've politically are reaching kind of like this breaking point where something's got to give. This two-party system's not going to last much longer.
I mean, well, it will probably just evolve.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like as we know it,
Right.
it's not going to stay the same. It's
Right.
going to change, I think, drastically within like the next couple of elections.
I mean,
I would like to see something change. I would like to see like a third party, like a libertarian candidate.
Traditionally, parties last. I think in America, parties kind of last like 90 years, and the Republican Party, in this current iteration, probably should have ended.
Yeah, you're the history guy. Teach me some stuff here.
But around Nixon, I think most people are like, "Oh, that's the end of the party." But they keep coming back. They keep coming back. Good on them.
Yeah.
But the parties don't, even if they don't cease to exist, they'll just evolve into something else. So what always happens in America, like everyone's like, "We need something more than two-party system." Right, but every time what ends up happening, like you take the language that Republicans have been speaking since the early mid '90s, which is lower deficit, lower deficit, lower deficit. No Republicans were saying that, or no one was saying that in the '80s. That's Ross Perot speak. So a third party candidate came up, and so what happens is the large parties, like that's where the interest is going. That's where we're going.
That's where we migrate. So basically, kind of like what you're saying is like, okay, so say a Libertarian Party raises up, it's kind of going to get dissolved into the Democratic Party almost.
Or probably Libertarian will be the Republican Party, probably traditionally more because when you look at when I think of like Kentucky with like a Rand, God, what's his name? His dad was also, let's see, why's it escaping me?
I don't know, because we're recording.
Yeah.
If we weren't recording, you'd be like, that dude's name.
The guy whose neighbor attacked him while he was cutting his grass. That guy.
Is it Paul Rand?
I keep wanting to say Rand Paul. I'm like,
we were close.
it's like I'm Rand.
The dude people are going to listen to this, but you guys are fucking idiots.
Idiots. But, the language that he speaks is not far from Rand Paul, Ayn Rand. That's the language. Ayn Rand is the language of a Paul Ryan all day.
Yeah.
But the second that if he were to get some real buzz going, parties evolve. You couldn't have. Mitt Romney, who was the last person to run represent the Republican Party, does not sound anything like Donald Trump. The party has evolved now to sound a lot like Donald Trump. The Democrats.
Yeah, you saw that happen too, though, as it was happening, because Donald Trump historically has been Democrat. Mm-hmm. And then he comes out, well, he's probably the old school Democrat, which is like the new Republican, I guess. I don't know. But so he comes out and you see the Republican Party, like they disavowed him real quick. They were like, nope, nope, nope. And then they were like, oh shit, yeah. And then all of a sudden they were like, yep, this is our guy. And everybody, they're like, you're bowing out. Cruz, you're bowing out. Everybody, you're out. We're pushing everything behind Trump.
Jump on the train that's going to take you home.
Yep. And then you saw the Republican Party switch from like Mitt Romney to like what you were saying, like a Donald Trump. And it just went from one thing to another. And it's all about, to me, I think it's just all about power. It's that power grab. We got to have the seats. You got to have all that just so you can control everything. They don't really care who the person is as long as they get them in there.
There is nothing like you want to believe that it's something more than this, but it's not. I mean, just read Machiavelli one time. It's like, oh, okay, that's it's just just read Machiavelli's The Prince one time. Yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, it's just a blind chase for power. Which it took me a while to process it, having failed USFL owner Donald Trump as president. It took me a while to process that. I was like, oh my God, the country's falling. And it took me like 3 days to realize, like, wait a second, this country fought a war to preserve the institution of slavery. Like, this is not the craziest thing.
We're not going down. We're not
anywhere close to this.
Nobody needs to pitchfork up. It's none of that mess is going on.
Right.
Well, it's going to be fine. Like, it doesn't matter who the president is to me. I don't think the president does much. They can, but they only do what the party tells them to do. is what I feel like. And it's kind of like under a guise of everything else. You know what I mean? They're a puppet.
Well, this is what.
Well, Trump's different because he goes fucking rogue. He just does. He's like, you know what? I want to sign this today. Done. You're like, oh shit! Now some people can't fly.
Well, that's been a complaint that people have had since.
Dude, he's fucked up. His outreach has hit not me personally, but people I know. Mm-hmm. My wife's family is from New York, and her cousin is married to. I'm gonna mess it up. I'm going to mess it up. It's a Middle Eastern country. But anyway, he's a super nice guy. And his name's Kim. He's super awesome dude. He's just, we were on vacation when I went to the Outer Banks. Me and him hung out a little bit, talked. He's got an amazing, if I could ever get him here and share his story, it's insane. But he was traveling from New York. He was going up towards Canada. When he got near the Canadian border, him and his friend were going, they realized they were on the wrong road, went to make a U-turn, got pulled over, and now he's being detained.
Ooh.
Because he's Middle Eastern. He's just that's the only facts I know on it. You know, and it's a messed up situation. And that's where I feel like 3 years ago he could have went to Canada and not been a big deal. Mm-hmm. Or I could drive up there and it's not that big a deal. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go up this road. I'm making each. Well, sir, you need to come with us for a minute. Sure, no problem. Maybe an hour, two max. I'm out of there.
And so to that point, I think that is one of the main powers that the president has is even outside the bully pulpit is they set tone. They set the tone, and like you're saying now. So now people that you know have been affected. Because the tone at the top.
True. Yeah. Well,
has informed people that they can go like,
oh, this is what we're doing. This is fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. True that, man. Well, I think it's a good stopping point.
Yeah, man. It's like, this is getting political. This is getting depressing, man.
No, it's not. No, it's we've been going about we've been going almost 2 hours. What time is it? It's almost 6 o'clock. I got to get the kids to bed here soon. Get dinner done.
Thanks for having me, man.
Dude, it's been great, man. It's been a lot of fun, buddy. Anything else you want to plug? I know you plugged something you got coming up on Wednesday. I wasn't planning on posting until next Sunday, but I can post this one up tomorrow because I have another guest coming in that I can post up next Sunday.
Okay, yeah.
Anything else you want to plug? Yeah, plug it now, man. Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, I got this show Wednesday at Deep South.
What time?
It is at 7:30. $5 at the door. Good lineup. Really good lineup. Really good lineup. And
you said it's Wednesday?
It's this Wednesday, 7:30. And at 8 o'clock on the 31st at Watson Ward. Really looking forward to that show. Mike Mello's headlining it.
Oh, dude, Mello's awesome. He's such a good guy too. Down to earth, good guy.
A natural. The natural.
Yeah, he's been doing it. He was out when I was out a long time ago. When I was talking to him last time, he was when I was out doing it originally. He was out there getting going. I didn't even realize it. That's why I missed so much time, man. I'm gonna sit here and jump back into talking. But anyway, so yeah, Deep South Wednesday night, 7:30. Mello's headlining.
On the 31st. At Watson Ward. Really looking forward to that venue. It's a nice speakeasy situation. It's Halloween, so come out with your costume. Best costume wins $50.
Awesome.
Follow me on Instagram, Byron Johnson Jokes.
Byron Johnson Jokes. Got that Instagram. All right, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Yeah, dude. See, that was fun, man.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Totally different, right?
Just talk. Yeah, just talk. That's all I want to do, man. Just talk.
So there it is, Byron Johnson in studio with me, Brandon Smith, the Bearded Goods. I want to thank you guys again for listening. I'm going to try and get another episode up every couple weeks. Every other Sunday is what I'm going to try and shoot for. Also a reminder, make sure you call me on that hotline. I know we're not live yet, but we're going to get there. What I'd like to do is get you guys listening to call in, get on that hotline number. It's 919-521-8935. 521-8935. Call in, leave a message, and what I'm going to try and start do is start doing a segment after the show and start leaving those up. Y'all have a great week.